Welcome back, Interior Sports fans. Mike Fussell filling in for Joe Cook, who is on assignment. You'll hear from him in just a little bit, but we begin the Friday Sportscast with another look at the Yukon Quest standings. The top 5 dog teams have left Dawson City, heading to the Pelly Crossing checkpoint. Brent Sass was the first out last night, just before 12:30. Sass is maintaining a first-place position by less than 10 miles. Alan Moore is on his heels, having left Dawson a little after 2 in the morning. And while on the topic of mushing, we do want to mention that a decision has been made on the Iditarod start. Things will kick off from Willow as normal. And now we'll get the lowdown on what's going on down south with the UAF-UAA basketball rivalry and the state hockey tournament. Joe Cook has this report.
The Alaska Nanooks and Anchorage Seawolves met for their final regular season matchup on Thursday night, and this one had postseason implications. Alaska wanted payback from an overtime loss at home, and they had a chance for redemption. With that fresh on their minds, the Nanooks also wanted to give senior Trevante Williams a good send-off in his last game in his hometown of Anchorage. But this is a rivalry game, so the pleasantries would have to wait. This game was tighter than yoga pants in the first half as both teams matched each other shot for shot. Williams came out hot, though, scoring 16 of his team-high 22 points in the first half as Alaska led 31-33 at the break. The Nooks started the second half strong after a Brandon Davis three. He had 17 points, and the Nooks led by 8, but Brian McGill sparked the run of the game. He finished with a game-high 28 points for UAA. Drew Peterson provided the finish with a tray ball as the Seawolves went on a 10-4 run and led 67-60 with 3:34 left. UAF will make it a 3-point game in the waning seconds, but it was too little too late as Anchorage nailed the free throws and wins 76-71. Anchorage gets the season sweep, improves to second in the conference, and Alaska is now 4th in the GNAC with a 10-5 record after the tough loss. Just their second true loss on the road this season.
I thought our man defense was good. We made them work for everything, and we controlled the tempo on offense. We didn't shoot it great, but when you're missing 3 starters like we are, you know, that's going to happen sometime.
I mean, we're not out of it. We just got to keep winning, get a good seed for the GNAC tourney, and then, you know, it's do or die. And I think we can beat anyone. We lost some close games, but if we make a good seed in the GNAC tournament, we can beat anybody.
In Wasilla at the state hockey tournament, the West Valley Wolfpack were picking up the pieces from Thursday's 2-1 quarterfinal loss to Eagle River. They played so high in consolation. The Wolfpack were the Wolfpack we've seen all season. Caleb Moret scored first for West Valley off of a Gabe Rankin assist to start a nice run for the Pack. Rankin would find the back of the net a few minutes after Moret's to add to his career goals mark. Stasia Skorowski would join the party with a big slap shot that's too hot to handle. The Big Three scored the first 3 for the Pack. West Valley led 4-0 at the end of the first period. They added 3 more in the second period. The Wolfpack outshined the Stars in a 7-1 victory. West Valley will play for 4th place Saturday morning at 11:15. The Interior still has a chance to bring back a cup. The Monroe Rams will take on the Houston Hawks on Saturday at 4:30 in the Greatland State title game. Last Friday, Monroe beat Houston 5-0 in the Greatland tournament final. This will be the 4th meeting between those teams and a rematch of the 2013 final. Monroe comes in with a 19-0 record. We'll have highlights and more from the Greatland State title game between the Monroe Rams and Houston Hawks on Saturday at 11 o'clock. Reporting from Anchorage, Joe Cook, 11 Sports.
All right, thanks, Joe. The Lady Nanooks basketball team was in action here in town last night at the Patty Center. Alaska hosted the Central Washington Wildcats for a relatively even matchup through the first half. The Nooks exploded down the final stretch, though, outscoring Central Washington by 9 points in the 4th quarter. Kaylee Schold and Jordan Wilson teamed up to tally 47 points overall for Alaska, leading them to a 70-61 victory. Schold grabbed the game high with 25, scoring 19 of those in the final half. The Lady Nanooks moved to 11-14 on the year and 6-9 in the GNAC.
Just pleased with our defensive effort. We stopped, for the most part, their inside game, especially in the second half, and came out on fire. It was really good to see. I thought our team stuck to our game plan and stayed positive, and that was a great step in the right direction.
And we cap off the Friday Sportscast with the play of the week. This one was a blowout when it came to the polls. Take a look at this. Dustin Sadler of West Valley goes high and just gets the puck over the Juneau goalie. West Valley ends up rolling to an 11-0 win in the MAC title game. Sadler grabs around 75% of the vote this week. To vote for the next play of the week, watch the I-5 Interior Top 5 plays on Mondays during the weekend recap. All right, and that about brings us to the buzzer for sports tonight. Mike Schultz will have your full weather forecast coming up next. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you tomorrow.